I went to the nearest town with my thumb on its last legs to find that not only is a horse stupidly expensive, but I would also need a stable, which, you guessed it, I wasn't a high enough level for.
What the fuck?
To scratch off this frustration, I started an onion farm, as there's a food item I can cook in the kitchen called onion flatbread. The image looked a little bit like garlic bread, so I got hungry and started to make hundreds. I hadn't actually realised that this would count towards my production score, but when I did realise, I was proud, no longer hungry, and impeccably wealthy. I made a backpack to increase my carry weight, as carrying hundreds of carrots, onions and cabbages made trips much too frequent and was not part of the RSI recovery plan. I also made a pigsty and bought some hogs, as these fields aren't going to fertilise themselves. What followed was the creation of more cherry trees, more farms. I shot a bear so hard it fucking bounced, demolished a couple of buildings, a tree I cut down damaged my storage. I shot a bird out of the sky, hunted a viscent and another viscent, but with a cudgel because I was bored. Even more farms, and at this point I had just achieved the skilled orchardman skill, giving us more yield per harvest. At this rate we'll be drowning in cherries every summer. There is also an alternative to a stallion, which is to buy yourself a donkey. Not only will it transport you, it will produce manure which you can store in the taxman's house.
So long.
The result of grinding the farm and various mining activities was copious amounts of goods in storage, most of which was needlessly rotting away. I used my trusty mule to go to the village on crusades, selling missions, hoarding disgracefully ignorant amounts of cash. Vendors only have their inventories for one season before they're refreshed. Thinking long term, I needed another source of cherry tree sapling income. After visiting every vendor in the land, I found that only 2 vendors sold the saplings based here and here. My new season routine became charging down immediately to these vendors to raid their stashes. My mule was a victim of quite a few hate crimes on the way.